Don't it seem so far away? We're traveling light today.
Did you know that Syracuse University is one of the most diverse universities in the United States, composed of 6.7% of Asians? And yet, if you look at it carefully, Syracuse University has the most segregated social life ever.
So do you have any American friends in Syracuse University?
Not really. I have more Chinese friends.
So do you have any international Asian students as friends in Syracuse University?
Yes, I do. Like 3 or 4. I'm friends with more like American-born Asian students. I definitely think there's like separations that happen on campus.
Mostly many of my friends are from China or they are Asian from South Korea or Japan.
I think that like any culture, any group of people that aren't like the dominant white culture, like separate out into like their own like cliques, so they can have their own culture and have a place where they feel safe and they don't have to like explain their experiences to white people.
I think it's just there are more opportunities for us to connect with the Chinese students rather than connect with American students.
Like a similar thing happens with like the black students on campus. So I think like all like marginalized groups should like have that ability to come together and like preserve their own culture.
And while culture shock is experienced differently by different kind of people, some things are still common, like sadness and loneliness and frustration and anxiety, and I had trouble concentrating at the beginning. And if that's not enough, I was also feeling left out and misunderstood, and eventually I started to really hate Americans. For a good couple of months, I really hated Americans. And during that month, I was like, I couldn't deal with American students, I couldn't deal with domestic students, I was seeking the company of Israeli students, because they were the ones I could relate to.
Like I think that there are like huge cultural differences, but I see like a group of Asian students like going out to dinner, and I see a group of like white students going out to dinner, and they seem to like have similar experiences, although it's like different food and different languages, but I think they're like kind of the same in that respect, but like different, and obviously like the language and food and stuff.
Nihon, Japan,
Japan,
upper, Japan upper,
Japan
upper,
after,
upper,
Japan,
upper, none,
none.
I think there's definitely like a language barrier.
I'd say the one thing that I see that distinguishes international students and at SU, because we have a large number of Asian students that are more visible in this respect, is this is my impression, they tend to create a community among themselves. Now this is not a problem except for one significant issue, which is some of them have a challenge with English if they literally haven't spent time in the States very long. And that means that they're sort of in real time translating what I'm saying into their native language. And that's a very difficult way to learn. So I think the real downside of this sort of insular community is they speak whatever their native language is in their community. The only way to learn English is to be immersed in it. So even though they're in the United States, they're not immersed in the English language, if you see what I mean.
So,
How's that song?
Just say hello and please a lot. Oh, hello, please. Bing bong ching chong. Bing bing. Hello, please. Chinese people. There's Chinese people right over there.
Kataminasan, what are you doing? You must follow direction. You lack discipline.
Nuh-uh, don't lack a discipline.
Minasan, you all need more discipline. True discipline comes from within.
Name a country that begins with U.
Yugoslavia.
With you, Utah.
What religion are Buddhist monks?
Buddhist monks.
Buddhist monk.
Islamic, I don't know.
Who is Fidel Castro?
A singer.
In terms of the war on terror, who do you think should be the next country to invade?
Saudi Arabia.
Somebody in the Middle East.
We'll make a big glass crater out of the fucking Middle East, for all I care.
I'm thinking Italy.
Russia, China,
India and Pakistan.
Indonesia, Brazil.
Korea.
Korea?
Sure.
Yeah, why do you say that?
They're trouble.
They're trouble? Yep, okay. What's trouble about them?
Their attitude.
Canada.
We welcome the peaceful rise of China. It is in America's interests to see China succeed in lifting hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. China can be a source of stability.
China and America are a dysfunctional, codependent couple in a mutually destructive relationship.
But we don't have free trade with China. China is literally going to destroy this country. If we don't get smart quickly, China will destroy our country.
Now,
and they'll do it with a smile, and our people have no idea what's happening.
We've brought trade cases against China at nearly twice the rate as the last administration, and it's made a difference. It's not right when another country lets our movies, music, and software be pirated. It's not fair when foreign manufacturers have a leg up on ours only because they're heavily subsidized. Tonight I'm announcing the creation of a trade enforcement unit that will be charged with investigating unfair trading practices in countries like China.
I've thought a lot about this, and you can't make people distribute themselves. I think that the great university could do something about it. It would be good to have groups that are sort of consciously designed to bring people together outside their comfort zone. That would be quite an undertaking.
One thing which I believe in is that Syracuse University could just more randomly assign the roommates rather than to give you a choice if you prefer Chinese with Chinese or things like this.
Well, I think that Syracuse University should make it the responsibility of the white students who have more privileges than all the marginalized students, and make it their responsibility to try to collaborate more with them or do things with the Slutzker Center to get more awareness out for white students who sometimes, I think most of the times, have the privilege to be ignorant of the struggles that like international students or any marginalized group goes through in a predominantly white institution.
I think it's a good idea to hold some events together by the Asian Students Unions like CSSA and also other fraternities. I think it can be a good way to do some communications between those organizations.
But if we maintain this pattern with the sort of the significant number of international students, it's to their benefit and our benefit to figure this out. And if your class can come up with a good suggestion, I'd very much appreciate it.
In conclusion, not only Americans have to make an effort to expand their boundaries and culture to unite with Asians to make better states, but Asians also have to expand their boundaries, get out from their comfort zone, and communicate with different cultures and ethnic groups in order to become part of the main flow of the United States. Thank you.